And the others. Finalize.
No, I know. No, we are live. Yes.
Oh, ya estamos en vivo. We are live. We're going to turn the other ones here. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. Welcome to our live program of Alchemy for the Soul. And here comes our beautiful teacher.
Hello.
She was getting some water. It is so hot here in
Yes.
Florida.
Oh, yes,
And
it
we have
is.
some more to go.
Yes, let me see. Yes, we are live. We see someone is joining, and we also
Welcome.
want to put this one live. So give us a second, please.
And then
We want to be also live
Mhm.
on Instagram. Okay,
There we go.
there we
Put
go.
our both beautiful faces here.
Yes, let me get closer to
Get
you
closer.
because in Instagram we need to be closer so we can appear in the same
Yes.
screen.
And then we need
That's
we
it.
have YouTube and we got
Here,
them all.
yes, we got them all.
All right.
Yes.
We're all here.
Now we are live. Yes,
So
we
welcome,
did it.
welcome. We
Welcome,
did it.
welcome.
So I'm a little sweaty because it is hot here in Florida.
It is very
I
hot
have
in Florida.
the book by the book by the book.
I'm telling you, last night I was doing the live in Spanish. Oh my God. I was sweating. I was like, oh my gosh, it's only 1 hour, but I was like all the time like cleaning myself
We
and
don't want people.
drinking water.
We live in Florida, so it's kind of, and I'm sure a lot of you guys live in Florida, so
Let's
you're
say
feeling this heat.
extra love.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. So welcome. As you know, my name is Jana Altagracia with Maya Dari del
Yes,
Sol,
I'm Mayari
and we
also.
have a juicy topic today.
Yes, and also very delicate at the same time.
Okay, so but you
Yes.
guys are used to that with us, right?
Yes, definitely.
We put you in awkward moments. We put you to think. We
Hi,
put you
Sean.
delicate topics, but they're all good.
They are all good, and the most important here is what are we doing with this information that I'm receiving?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what we are here for. We have the intention for you to get this information and to self-observe
Mm-hmm.
where you are related to it and how you can recreate order in your life or in your family system or within your soul in order to create a different reality for you. So,
Exactly. And I always say if you are here, that means you have been called to this.
yes,
So
definitely. Yes.
exciting times.
Yes, so today is our program number 21.
Can you believe
The
that?
21st. Yes, it is.
21st.
21st program. So we are so glad that we have been, following and that you have been following. And we say hi, Sean. We are
To
seeing you
everyone.
here. And hello, we see also people here in Instagram. We see Solly Jason from California. Hello, hello.
Hey.
Thank you for joining us.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So you will be good afternoon.
Exactly. You will be good afternoon.
This is why
We
I
are
covered them
good
all.
evening.
We are good evening here.
Yes, definitely. So our topic today is we're going to be talking about abortions,
And as you know,
miscarriages,
that's a
abortions.
hot topic right now.
It is exactly in the polemic out there because of is it approved or it's not approved? Why should they approve it? Why not? They finally say no. But we are not here to create debate
Right.
on this
It's not
topic.
about that.
That's
Yeah.
not our intention.
Hmm.
Our intention is just that it meant to happen, that is happening out there. But our intention here to talk, when we come to talk about abortions or miscarriages is because we are talking about inclusion.
Hmm.
Inclusion, and sometimes when we don't know this, we or our parents, our mother, our sister, or a friend, or maybe you that was your story that you went through an abortion or a miscarriage or a baby who that was born and maybe died or so we have the tendency not to recognize these babies or these non-born as I call them because it's like the NA, we don't know who they are or what they were going to be, but the fact is that no matter if we don't see them today, they were
They're part of the system.
part of the system. And when we don't include these abortions or these miscarriages or these losses because maybe the baby died, then that can create a conflict that maybe the following baby or the following child is going to be feeling the absence of the one that hasn't been recognized.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to talk a little bit about this because not many people know about it, or they just don't think about it, or maybe they don't think it's important. But we are talking here about the orders of love. And to create this order, we must follow these principles. And one of these principles is called the principle of belonging. So if this person was there, even though it was just cells, this is already a being and it belongs already because it was, let's say, incarnated, even if it was just for a few days. So if we think about it, we might be saying, but it was not long enough to be a, a baby, but it was there. It means that we as parents should name this
Mm-hmm.
or give this baby a position in our system. Mm. And so we are talking about the importance of doing this. And we are going to be talking about why is it important? Because you might be saying, but why is that important? It's not here, or it wasn't here, or no one talks about it. But maybe the mother is feeling some guilt, right? Maybe the second child is feeling this absence and maybe doesn't even know about it because maybe the mother didn't tell the child that there was someone that was before him or her. Or maybe something is happening in the life of any descendant that is identifying with this baby that hasn't been recognized. Hmm? And so let's talk about that, Janet.
Yeah, because you think about it, when the child is not born, we like dismiss them, and but they do play an important role in the system. So it's extremely important that they are recognized.
Yes. So let's talk about how this dynamic of abortions happen, especially when it's a secret, right? Because when it has been secret or a secret, probably it is happening again and probably is being kept secret.
Right. Yes.
So with that, we can say maybe grandma did it and maybe didn't say anything. So maybe the mother does it, doesn't say anything. Maybe the daughter does it, doesn't say anything. They don't know about it, but the secret keeps showing in the
Mhm.
system because some of those haven't been recognized or seen. See?
Yeah, or like you say, like when that happens in the sense of the pattern repeating itself,
Mhm.
then you have a child that maybe wants to have a child and is not having a child,
That's one of the
and one of the
consequences of not
consequences.
recognizing these babies who came.
Mm-hmm.
And because they belong, they want to belong. They are looking to be seen and recognized. And that's why it keeps happening. The pattern keeps happening because it's like they show in the front line saying, but I'm being missed.
Mm-hmm.
No one has seen me and I
Mm-hmm.
do belong.
Right.
So what happens in a system? Let's talk about the consciousness of a family system. Let's talk about just the system as a family. When one of the members of the family, because the system has a consciousness also, just as you do as the whole a whole group has a consciousness, right? A vibration, something happens there. I don't know if you have experienced that maybe when you are in a group, all of a sudden someone leaves. Do you somehow feel that someone left and that is an emptiness, like a space that is empty? It feels,
Mm-hmm.
right? You feel like, oh, we kind of miss the one that left
Mm-hmm.
because it was part of it. It's an energy that was there. And then everybody else is like feeling that there is an absent space. Well, same thing happens in the system. When one of the members is not recognized, there is an empty space. And the rest of the system, all the other members of the system are feeling this emptiness. there is an empty space that needs to be filled. And so if this empty space wasn't recognized or doesn't have the right member that should be there recognized by the system, someone down the road, let's say a descendant, identifies with that member who hasn't been recognized and somehow tries to fill the space for the system to feel more complete. See, because that's how the system works. That's how the energy of things work. If there is one piece missing in the system, just like any equipment, right? If one piece of the engine is not there, it won't work. We need that piece in order for the engine to work. Same thing happens in the family system. If there is one piece that hasn't been seen or recognized, then we are missing that piece. And that piece is going to create a conflict. So in the case of the engine, if there's one piece missing, the engine won't turn on, right? It won't work properly. It will cause a conflict. Same thing in the family system. If there is one member of the system that hasn't been seen or recognized, then someone comes and takes that place. Let's say energetically. Of course, all of this happens energetically, and I'm going to say the second word, unconsciously. Unconsciously. So let's say, because this is one case. I'm just gonna bring this example. Let's say that a mother had a miscarriage or had an abortion. And let's say that this mother just didn't say anything or kept that for herself, or no one knows about it, or whatever is the case. Then a second child is born. What happens, or how can this affect the second child? That's the question. Well, this second child, because I have seen this in family constellations work, that's why I'm bringing this out here, and because other people has been having the same sort of dynamics in constellations, I have seen the same sort of consequences. So this second child feels like I'm out of place. I don't know why, but I feel like this isn't my place, or I feel like I don't belong.
And they actually say those words.
They use those words. It's like, I
Exactly
don't know,
like
I feel
that.
like I'm in the wrong place, or every time I go to a group, I feel like I'm out of place. I'm in the wrong place, or I'm not seen, or I feel like absent, or other words they use is like, I feel like I'm in a limbo, like I'm not here, grounded, and then I don't understand why. That's pretty much when they come to constellate, they say, I don't know, I feel like I'm disconnected of life. And so maybe this person is being connected or identifying with that member that, let's say, abortion. So this second person who is alive is feeling as the death is feeling. Let's say, so I'm feeling empty. I'm feeling like I'm in the limbo. I'm not here. I'm not present. I'm disconnected. I'm not grounded, and I'm out of place. I don't get it. I don't know why. If I have it all, or I'm successful at this or at that, I have a feeling of disconnection from life. Let's say.
And they feel like they don't belong. Like
Yes.
they just feel like they don't belong.
So if we look at this second child wants to take the place of the one that was before, unconsciously and energetically. Again, this is not seen. This is it happens in the morphogenetic field, but people don't see it with the eyes. See? So you would say, but how can we fix that? Because it is important to have a solution for it. And well, mostly let's talk about why a mother would hide a secret of an abortion or a miscarriage, right? And if we talk about an abortion, well, that is very connected to religious beliefs. You kill someone when you do that, or that is prohibited by the laws of this spiritual belief, or all of those things, you are a bad woman if you do that,
Feel
right?
guilt,
You feel
shame.
guilt, mostly guilt,
Yeah.
because I wasn't supposed to do that. But if we look back in time, and I'm going to say it out, like here, right? There has been, or there are many studies where, for example, all the nuns in the
Yes.
convents, they used to have abortions, and the abortions were babies from the fathers,
The
the
priest.
priest, the priest. So even there were other women that knew that the priest was doing that, and they already had the whole dynamic of hiding those secrets because no one could know. See, so those secrets are affecting still the why. These women couldn't even, they felt guilt, but they had to go through it because they were not saying, how can that happen? So all of it has been kept secret. And this is just one case. I know cases, and I know cases like this. For example, back in time, if let's say a daughter ended up being pregnant, and maybe she wasn't married, maybe the father or even the mother would take the child to have an abortion, even though this woman didn't want to have an abortion. And I know cases because they have come to me and told me the whole story. Like mostly women that are like in their 70s, 60s, 70s, they went through it, believe it or not. And so that was a secret that was, that no one talked about it because even the parents didn't allow this woman to talk about that. So that abortion has been like that baby is being neglected. Let's say no one has seen that baby or recognized that baby as part of the system. So down the road, maybe or the next child this woman is going to have is going to feel the absence energetically of this other brother or sister, this sibling that wasn't born.
Mhm.
Or maybe it could be the case because it happens to some women want to be pregnant and they cannot get pregnant. And it is because um there is, I have no permission to have this baby. And if I have no permission to have this baby because I was prohibited to have this baby, then somehow you deny, it's like something closes there or limits the possibility for other women to have babies. And so maybe down the road a descendant is willing to have a baby and cannot get pregnant. See, so there are many consequences of when there is an abortion hasn't been recognized.
Yes.
Let's say you, and this is the case because I have seen this in constellations. They come and say, I have projects, and when I'm about to have the project, I abort. It's like I let go of the project.
Well,
So it's,
they say they cannot finish anything,
they
and
cannot
they
finish.
call it self-sabotage.
They call it self-sabotage, but what is the root of that? See, maybe there was an abortion, meaning that I didn't get to uh, full the whole term of the pregnancy. So I have projects and I don't get to develop the whole uh,
The whole terms
term
of the
of the
project.
project. Then I let it go before I get to see the result.
Mhm.
And that could be another way of how it affects your projects, for example. See, there are many consequences of abortions from this systemic angle that maybe you haven't been able to hear about it. That's why we are here saying it,
Mhm. The other one is that they get involved in too many projects.
or they get involved in
In
too
too
many
many
projects.
projects, so they don't finish any of them.
It could be too. There is a sort of disconnection, but probably someone is being excluded
Mhm.
and needs to be seen in order to, because see, it is a sort of a no fulfillment.
Yeah, that was yeah.
It
Yes.
doesn't go all the way to where it's
Yeah.
supposed to go. It's an abortion.
Mhm.
See, we talk about a project, not only about a baby, but it's because there is an exclusion of a baby, or an abortion, or a miscarriage. Maybe some women had a miscarriage and they feel bad and they don't want to talk about it. And sometimes you ask your ancestors, or a grandma, or even your mother, and they don't want to talk about certain things because those are intimate things, and we must respect that. Of course, we as that these children, knowing this, we want to know the truth, but we also must respect their destinies and their choices. Maybe they don't feel ready to talk about it. Maybe they still, in their perspective, feel that they will be judged by their children if they know the truth, or judged by others if they know the truth. See, there is so much weight and guilt on someone that has done an abortion, that's why many people want to keep it secret. See, and so we want to have or bring here just the possibility for you to acknowledge your destiny and the story of this abortion or this miscarriage, with the intention just to create that order. So we are here not to talk about why you did it, or why it was like that, or if it was a secret. No, we are not here to judge. We are just here to create or give you a possibility, a solution to that story. And so, since we are on chapter 1 and we are talking about inclusion, all we, or the people or women who went through, or ancestors that that went through it, or your sister that went through it, or your friend, everything that is needed, even, or the men, because maybe the men also accepted that, or maybe because the woman wanted that, but even though the men didn't want to, it happened. So that means that you, as a father, you already had a child. That child should be recognized. Even though your partner didn't want to have that baby. Okay, so how do you resolve that? How do you create order when something like this happens? And since we are talking about the chapter of inclusion, meaning that we all belong to the system, those miscarriages or those abortions also have a place in the system, and they do belong. They need to be honored and recognized as number one or number two, or if there were more, it doesn't matter how many they were, you just need to recognize them. And to do that, you must just give them this order. Let's say that the abortion was the first one, then maybe you have a child afterwards that is, that was born, and that is here present in this reality. And so when you create this order, you as a mother can say, you can see the abortion or the miscarriage, and you can give her or give this baby a name, and say, you were the first, and this is my second child. You were my first child, and then this is my second child, and then this is my third child. So the one that people consider to be the first one might be the second one or the third one. See, so look at your story,
Yeah.
And here you don't have to tell everybody about this.
Absolutely.
As long as you do this with all the intention to create this order and to give a place to this miscarriage or this abortion, then it's all it matters.
Right. Yes.
Yes.
They want their rightful place. They want to be respected for their rightful place.
Yes, because they
Yeah.
came for something. Maybe you weren't ready at that time
Right.
to have that child. Maybe it wasn't the right moment. Maybe it wasn't the right person. It doesn't really matter. We're not here
It's not about judgment.
to judge what was right or not. It was the destiny. It was as it was. We cannot change that. What we can change is recreating this order within the family system, so these children have a place in the system and in your heart.
Yes.
See? So we have in the book, that's why we say buy the book, as Janet says.
Buy the book. Buy the book. Alchemy for the Soul.
Yes, because in this book, there are a couple of exercises
Which are excellent, by the way.
for you to do that inclusion and for you to do that releasing so you can forgive yourself, release the guilt, and at the same time bring the energy of the soul back to the source so it can continue the process, his or her process of evolution.
Right.
Otherwise, it's like held there. See,
Mm.
we need to help these souls continue their process of evolution. Those souls somehow are tied energetically here because they haven't been recognized.
Right. Yeah.
All we need to do is just say that you were my first child and I'm sorry about what happened. And then you have to just say that, sorry about what happened. Give yourself a moment, for example, where you can have like some intimate um, moment where you can be probably look for it. Just look for a moment, for a space where you feel comfortable to do this exercise and just feel it. Feel it. Allow that emotion that maybe you haven't been able to process yet, because many of these women who haven't, or just like they have it in their mind and they feel that guilt, but they haven't been able to process that.
Mhm.
So as much as you follow the exercises from this book, or do just as I was saying, look for that special space and moment where you can, place your hands on your womb and use these words and just say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about what happened. You were my first child or my second child. And I see you and I recognize you. And you have a place in our system and in my heart. Yeah, and I
Beautiful.
released you so you can go back to the light and continue your process of evolution.
Evolution. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
So this is the solution. It's
Yeah.
simple.
Simple.
Yeah, it's very simple. Of course, if you need help, we also do family constellations work. So you can, if you feel you want more support, because you also need to heal this. Because if you had an abortion, means that maybe the system is carrying that secret transgenerationally, and no one has been taken care of. But maybe that you know this information now, you can say, I can see that if I did it and I didn't know, or I did it under these or those circumstances, but that is already giving you information about your family system. If you did it, is because in your system maybe someone did it.
Right. Yeah.
Or there is an excluded one and you did it for the excluded to show again through this child. So this child, when you get to do this child is like what happened is more worth it, because it's like I'm serving the system, and that's why it happened, because this child came to serve the system. See, and so the service that this child is given by showing what is happening is all worth it. So it's like, oh, okay, I didn't get to be born, right? But at least they got to see that is a repetitive pattern that comes transgenerationally, and we want to stop it.
Yes. Yes. You plant the seed and it goes all the way. It will do what needs to be done.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes. Also, maybe if your mother doesn't want to do that part of the work, because maybe it was your mother who went through it, maybe you, as one of those siblings, you can do it for creating the order with your siblings. Maybe you, if you are the sibling number 3 and maybe the abortion was the number 1 or the number 2, you can say, you are my sibling number 2. You were before me and I honored you. I honored your place. You belong.
Yes.
You have a place in our system and in my heart. Yes, it's as simple as that.
And those words, you belong and you have a place in my system and in my heart, they are really are life transforming for the people. You can
Mm-hmm.
see the whole demeanor, you see the peace, you see the understanding, the acceptance, and they're ready to really grow and move on.
Yes, what you're saying, Janet, is very important. Hola, hi, Serena. We see you. She's in Argentina. Beautiful.
Qué lindo.
So, listen the importance of these words. You would say, but how can those words make the difference? But remember that one of the languages that we are is sound. So the cells of your body are listening. The intelligence of your being is listening. You are recreating a memory. You are recreating a memory in your subconscious or your unconscious mind and in the collective soul of your family system. Everybody is feeling it as long as you feel it with sincerity from your heart. Mm.
And that's key, sincerity from the heart.
Yes, yes. So it is so powerful when you get connected to those words and to your heart and to feel and to release and to allow this order. You will feel so at peace. It takes only one moment of consciousness, and the change is going to be felt for you and for everybody.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes,
Yes,
yes. That is
yes,
so
yes,
true.
yes, yes. So, why don't we go back to the book, right? And let's see, we were left. Where were we left,
And
Janet?
you usually have the little piece of paper.
Yes, but it's not here anymore. So here, abortions.
Okay.
I found it.
You found it.
So for the ones that are following the book, and by the way, the book is you can find it in Amazon, and you can find it in version, paper or
Kindle.
Kindle. Mhm. And we are on page number 108
For the ones that are following with the book.
for the ones that are following the book. And we are still in chapter 1, which is the order of belonging, right? So we are talking about inclusion. That's why we are talking about including these non-born babies, these abortions, these miscarriages, these losses. Sometimes babies, died, or maybe they were born and died, and no one count them. It's like no one says that's my. We are only 5, and maybe you are 6 or 7.
Yes.
See, which was my case. I thought we were just like 4 from my mom's side, and we were more. And so I noticed like also my mom and her siblings, they weren't 5. I always thought they were 5, and actually they were 7. So see, now I'm counting on all of them. So it is important to count them all so that you are honoring those places. So let's see what it says about abortions. Oh, and by the way, this is a this is participative. See? So we welcome you to share,
Yeah, definitely write your comments.
bring your insights,
Mm-hmm.
bring your story if you feel like it, because your story can bring light to all of us here. So we are here just to see and observe how our system is not in order and how we can recreate that order. Hmm? So we are on page number 108, and let's talk about abortions because that's the topic. It says this: it is also necessary, the word necessary, so it means it's a must, hmm, to include unborn children, stillborn, and miscarriages, of course, abortions, and those children who were born and died. They belong to the system. The fact of having come down to the physical plane already makes them belong, even if they were just cells. And we're repeating this because they were just cells. No, no, no. So a soul somehow, let's say, some information is that saying something. Someone came, it was there. is speaking something. Especially, we can talk about the excluded ones since we are in the chapter of exclusion. The only thing that is necessary is to give them a place in your heart and in the system of life. What can happen when they are not given a place? Let's say about the consequences. What can happen? By not being included, these children seek to be seen. Several things can happen depending on the case. So if this child wants to be seen, is going to be repeating the story because wants to be in the front line saying, I'm here, I belong. You haven't been able to see me or give me my place in the system. Mhm. Several things can happen. The fact that they weren't seen can replicate the same issue of abortions in other descendants. Or children born after those who haven't been seen and included tend to take their place and fill the void left by the former, which is why they may feel a lack of connection to life. See, we talked about that at the beginning. Like if a second child is born after the one that hasn't been recognized, this second one is going to be feeling like the first one, like I don't know, I feel like I'm not connected to life. And then maybe that's one of the reasons. Depression. It can take this person actually to depression. I don't like it here. I don't want to be here. I feel like I'm always like in the clouds, you
Yeah,
know?
they totally feel out of place.
Yes. Mhm. So by identifying with their unborn siblings, they can become absent, depressed, and even suicidal. They seek death out of loyalty to their siblings. So this is an unconscious dynamic. See, because you might say, but how can they look for being dead? Yes, because we have loyalties, invisible loyalties to the members of the family system. So if someone committed suicide, I'm going to commit suicide. And maybe I do it unconsciously, not knowing why, because I'm identifying with someone who committed suicide. Or someone is feeling excluded, maybe I feel excluded. This person haven't been seen, maybe I don't feel seen. So I'm identifying, I'm connected to that member of the system, and somehow I'm acting, behaving, or feeling the same way. That's how it happens. Remember that all of the memories are in the system. The morphogenetic system holds all the emotional resonance of what happened and all the information, processes of adaptation of the ancestors or the ones that haven't been seen are in us. We are just like haven't been able to bring that information up to the consciousness, to the conscious. Okay. Another consequence of not including the abortions or miscarriages can be shown in a woman who is barren. Perhaps a woman is trying to get pregnant and it is difficult for her. This could be because she may be connected to an excluded unborn child, an abortion that has been kept secret. So abortions come as an ancient secret. This is explained in the chapter of secrets. We're going to be talking about this in a deeper way, let's say. But in page number 110, we have an exercise. It's the exercise number 7, and it is to create inclusion of abortions and miscarriages. So we invite you to get the book,
Buy the book.
buy the
Buy the
book,
book.
and look for
It's
that.
a really good book, though.
It is. It's going to help you in many ways because it's got so much information on how to create order in the system, in your family system, and in the system of life that is going to, of course, begin by the order that you are creating uh, consciously, right? In the changing your perspective, seeing your truth, and integrating it in order to create this order.
It really does hold you by the hand. You can go step by step, and it just really holds you and leads you, which is nice.
Yes. So we invite you, if that's your case or you know of someone, someone who is going through it,
Mhm.
maybe to look for that special moment, that intimate moment or space where you can do this exercise and recreate the order by including the miscarriages or the abortions that maybe you went through or someone in your system went through, or your siblings that weren't, haven't been able to be included. And so you can create order for the whole system as much or as long as you include them. It's all you
Mhm.
have to do, just as this exercise is, going to guide you on how to do it, or just as I did, because for the ones that are just joining or came late, if you see this again, I have the exercise here. We spoke about the exercise and how you can create that inclusion.
Mhm. Yes.
Yes, yes. So I don't know, if Janet, do you have something else you want to share? Because we're gonna leave it here.
It's one of those things that can be very delicate and difficult. But I always say if you're doing this process with yourself or loved one, just remember, be very gentle. It's not about judgment, it's about inclusion, healing, and bringing that peace back into your heart. There's no mistakes, even though that
Mhm.
might sound delicate. Everybody comes to serve a purpose. And maybe that person came to serve the purpose. It could have been the miscarriage, it could have been the abortion. Okay,
Mhm.
so they serve their purpose. So I say forgive, understand, be compassionate, and do the exercise to help you heal your heart
Yes,
and your soul.
exactly. It was an experience that you chose
Mm-hmm.
in order to fix something in the
In the
system.
system. Yes.
So, in order for you to understand this, you must understand that as souls, we choose systems with dysfunctions, and then we must come and leave those dysfunctions in order to, at certain point, acknowledge that the system is been doing something that is not helping the system flow harmoniously. So you have to experience the same dysfunction, and at certain point to say, this I can change by creating order, as much as you know this information on how to create systemic order, because that's what we
Mm-hmm.
are doing through this process. Create systemic order to flow consciously in love, right? Because, yes,
Everything is pure love.
everything is love, but if we don't understand how to recreate our system, then
Mm-hmm.
it'll be hard for us to create order. And so just remember, just if you maybe forgot, that's part of how it is important for you to acknowledge your truth and your plan as a soul here, and to do something about it, to
Yeah.
transcend that so you can help yourself and the system.
Yes. Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Someone is asking here, how long before this episode will be available on YouTube? Sorry, I was late at sound healing. Ah, okay, beautiful. So you're coming with that vibrational
Oh yeah, and I
energy.
feel it already. I'm
I feel
feeling.
it
I
already
feel it. I'm like, oh, I
too.
feel it.
Once we close
Mhm.
the recording, I mean the transmission, then it takes about 5 minutes, and so you will be able to see the whole episode, and look at the exercise. Share this with someone who maybe oh, I love the hearts. Thank you so much. In Instagram they are sending the hearts, and by the way, your hearts, your likes,
All that good
and
stuff.
yes, and sharing is gonna help us grow.
And
And
hit the like button as well and subscribe
yes,
and
please.
send it forward to your friends and anyone that you feel that will resonate with it.
Exactly, because this information isn't for just anybody. If you're here, maybe today we are 4, 5, 10,
Mm-hmm.
and eventually my my intention or my vision is that we can have thousands following this information. And my intention is that every person, at least in one family system, can know about the order, how to create order in my system and recreate the order, because that is going to help not only the system but the whole system of life
Yes.
flow differently than we have been doing it. That is a reprogramming. A reprogramming. And as we were talking about this one, it is all about changing perspectives so we can expand our consciousness. So in this case, when we're talking the one we were talking about today, that was abortions, just do that little exercise that we left here or that you have in the book. It is
Mhm.
here, or as I just did it, so simple, say just those words. It's all you need to create the order. If you know of someone who went through it, bring this video and say, look at this video and do that little exercise that Maja just did there and recreate the order, create that inclusion, and just let go of that soul to continue the process of evolution. We can do that, but just like this. It's
Mhm.
like this.
Yes.
Simple. It's simple, but the most important part here is that you get to understand this message. Because if you don't understand it, you don't resonate with it, then it's like it's not gonna work, right? It's like a placebo.
Yes.
If you take
Yeah.
a medicine and you feel it's going to work, it
It
will.
will. It will.
But if you feel like what they are saying doesn't make sense,
Okay.
then you will do the exercise, but you still will have that space empty there,
Yes.
because that soul really needs to feel the connection in order for this exercise to work. This
Mhm.
isn't just about me, it's about two that were involved in this case, in this dynamic.
Absolutely.
Yes, yes, yes. So we appreciate so much you
Thank you
being
so much for
present.
coming.
Yes,
Yes.
this was just what we wanted to share today. Again, there could be many polemics about, but those polemics are not going to help.
Mhm.
That's what I see or what I believe, but we can help.
Right.
We can help even if we didn't go through it, because that was not my case, but I've seen many people that went through it daily. So, and in my family it was present because I saw it in different members of my family. So it is pulsing in my system, means that it's pulsing within me, and I don't want this to continue pulsing in my descendants.
Right.
So
Yes.
I'd rather do this inclusion, right? And change the destiny of all.
Yes.
It's as simple as this. See,
Yes.
we only need that a little
Mhm.
moment of connection and a possibility to transcend my limitations, my beliefs, and just do this little exercise. It's all.
Simple but powerful.
Yes, simple and powerful.
A
So we are sending you all
lot of
our
love.
love, especially if you went through it. And by the way, if you know that maybe your mother went through it but haven't done that part, you can do that part. Because the exercise in the book has it for if your ancestors went through it and also if you went through it. So
Mhm.
you can have the two possibilities. You can help even though you weren't the one who went through it. So just know that. Just in
Mhm.
case you're like, oh, but what if it wasn't me, but I see it in someone else? Or you can give place to other people, like I can see that this person went through it and I'm recognizing that child. I'm
Yes.
giving place in the system. I'm seeing it. I see
Mhm.
it belongs.
Yeah.
That's another way
Awesome.
you can help.
So one more question
Mhm.
there.
So, what would say when this may have happened to an unknown ancestor? Yes, if it happened to an unknown ancestor, but you're seeing it in the reality of today's or close to you, maybe the
Mhm.
generation before, means that that unknown ancestor maybe went through it. Because what hasn't been able to be solved by, or what wasn't solved by those ancestors, today the same scenarios are showing again. See, that's
Mhm.
what we were talking about, that uh, our present is showing us what wasn't solved in the past.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Mhm.
So I hope we got to answer your question and that, somehow is giving you a new light. And
And
you,
also let them know when you're gonna have your next group meeting.
yes, yes, yes. Oh my God, Janet,
Yeah,
thank you for
okay.
saying it.
Yes,
The
absolutely.
20th.
The 20th. Okay,
Oh my
yes.
God, yes. If you are on YouTube or if you on my YouTube channel in English, because I have English and Spanish, by the way, for the ones that only speak English, I mean Spanish, that are here. I know there are some here in Instagram. You can go to my YouTube channel in English or in Spanish, depending on your language. And there are in the description of the program appears all the links. Well, our next meeting for ancestral healing in tribe, because we have a Zoom meeting where we want to see you and
More
we can
intimate.
interact. It's more intimate, and we do little experiences, exercises there for everybody. So it's like group exercises, systemic exercises to heal whatever topic appears. It's
Hmm.
very powerful. Don't miss it.
It's very powerful. It's
Yes,
true.
it's the 20th. It's the 20th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So you have to go to the description of the program here in YouTube or on Facebook. And it says if you want to join our next Ancestral Healing in Tribe, click on this link and then you will register. You need to register in order to get the link, the Zoom link. Yes?
Okay.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Another announcement. Thank you, Janet, for
You're
reminding me
welcome.
of the announcements. I like sharing and teaching, and I forget about the announcements. Okay, so we started already the training program on family constellations
Yes.
already this
Hmm.
month. But I take people like new students all the way to level 4. So maybe you missed the first module, you haven't missed it because you can start on the second level, and then it rotates. So at the end, when you finish level 8, you can begin again and do the one that you missed.
Complete the one. Yeah.
Complete the one you missed. And also maybe you say, well, I don't want to do the whole training program, but that topic calls my attention. So this second module is called transgenerational. So we're going to be talking about how or when was that these memories started to happen that are still affecting us today. So we need to heal the memories from, of history in order to heal our present.
Hmm.
And also we need to understand the cosmology, because if we don't understand who we are, right? And
Hmm.
what is the plan for the human and what is your part, then you don't know what's your direction, where to go. And then you are all demotivated. It's like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing here. This is boring. I'm tired of this. My life is so just like simple and I don't find any excitement. But once you get to know this, then you will find purpose. You will
Excitement.
find like a drive, it's like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
finally getting it. I'm doing it and I'm being part of something bigger. And oh, I'm so excited to be part of it and to help, because we all came to help, by the way.
Yes.
But until you don't know that information, then you really you like lost. We all have been there because I was there. Were you too?
Yes. We all
Yeah.
been
Okay.
there. We sure
Okay.
have.
So this second module is the first weekend of August. The first weekend of August. And you can take only that module if you would be interested on knowing cosmology, the human, how the human started, what was the plan for the human, because we are part of a plan,
Mhm.
right? And it is important to know how important we are. And so I invite you to be part of it if you feel called to it. You can send me maybe a text by WhatsApp. My number is 1-321-900-5680. And also you can send me just a text and we can talk about it. And so we can go from there. What about that?
Sounds good.
Sounds good? All right, beautiful. So those are the two announcements. Don't miss the tribe meeting through Zoom on the 20th.
Mhm.
And if you feel called to know this plan of the human, cosmology, and also the transgenerational work, how the system behaves today because of the past, then we invite you to join our second module on family constellations that starts that happens on the first weekend of August.
August.
Yes.
It's already August.
Oh
Yes.
my God, I can't believe it. That's
Yeah.
true. It's going so fast. All right, so I guess that's all I needed to we
Yes.
needed to share for
Thank you so
now.
much for coming.
Yes, thank you so much. And the module, by the way, you can take it online or on site.
On site, yeah.
If you are in town, welcome to join us here because we work on the space and you get to live the experience. Remember that this is about an experience, not an understanding. Yes, I give you a lot of information for your mind to understand, but you also get to live the experience of feeling what happens, feeling those emotional resonance in that morphogenetic field, and being able to reconcile if it happens.
You feel the magic.
You feel the magic. Yes,
All
that's the word. All right, my dears.
right.
We love you so much. Thank you for being so present. We are sending you
Lots of
lots
love.
of love and lots of blessings and have an amazing
We
weekend.
appreciate each and every one of you and thank you so much for coming.
Definitely. So thank you so much. We'll see you next Friday,
Same time.
same time, or we see you on Wednesday
Wednesday.
the 20th. So we can see each other,
We'll see you twice.
see our faces, and just participate and share and learn and heal together as one, as what we are one.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Mwah. Love
Bye-bye.
you. We'll see you next week or next Wednesday again.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.